If you are ending your teaching day only to start a second shift of planning, you are hitting a structural wall. National data confirms that actual working time heavily outpaces the official schedule. Starting from scratch every night to draft tomorrow's lessons guarantees a massive drain on your time and attention. To fix this, we need a hard boundary. We are going to implement a strict 30-minute weekly planning protocol. This routine forces you to prep an entire week in a single view, decisively cutting down daily decision fatigue. Over the next half hour, we have 3 specific goals. Map a complete 5-day science sequence, stage all required materials directly where you will teach them, and build concrete contingency plans for when the schedule inevitably breaks. Before we begin, pick a consistent 30-minute window, Friday afternoon, Sunday evening, or first thing Monday. Block it on your calendar right now and open your digital planning tool. By replacing ad hoc traces with one batched session, you make the structural decisions once, you eliminate the nightly context switching, and you physically reclaim your weekend hours. Step 1 takes exactly 5 minutes. Your only task here is to define the outcome. Determine exactly what your students must know or be able to do by Friday. Note down 1 or 2 standards and stop there. For this example, we are using the 5E inquiry framework for science. As this diagram shows, the sequence flows through 5 stages: engage with a phenomenon, explore hands-on, explain the core concepts, elaborate to apply the knowledge, and evaluate with a final check. Now we map that sequence directly across your Monday through Friday schedule. Monday gets the engage hook, Tuesday handles explore, Wednesday is explain, Thursday is elaborate, and Friday locks in evaluate. At this stage, you must resist the urge to write out detailed steps or exact instructional wording. You are only sketching the high-level frame, placing objectives and basic timings into the daily slots. Locking in this macro arc first keeps your pacing realistic. It ensures you know exactly where you are heading by Friday, and it actively prevents you from double-booking materials or running out of time for the final assessment. Step 2 takes 15 minutes. Now that the week is mapped, we batch the repeated elements. You will prep all materials for the entire week in one go. Look at this planner view. Leaving slide decks in one folder and exit tickets in another guarantees lost minutes during class. By pinning your files exactly to the day you teach them, everything is ready the moment the bell rings. Let's apply this to Tuesday's Explore block. Attach your lab materials list, your safety notes, and your cleanup checklist directly into that Tuesday slot right now. Do not wait until Monday night. If you work with a professional learning community, you scale this efficiency. There is no reason for 3 teachers to independently build the exact same lab setup. Divide the workload. Have one teammate curate the Tuesday lab documents, while another drafts the claim evidence reasoning exit tickets for Friday's evaluate block. Once these pieces are slotted in, save your completed 5-day framework as a reusable template. Share it with your team so everyone operates from the same baseline next time. Pre-attaching files and splitting the labor means you stop hunting for documents mid-lecture. You build the structure once, and your team eliminates redundant prep work for the rest of the week. We spend our final 10 minutes planning for reality. Fire drills, sudden assemblies, or tech failures will interrupt your week. We need to build elasticity into the schedule. We do this by applying a strict triage system. Tag every task in your daily plan as either a must-do, a can shift, or a can drop. Look at these top-tier items. A must-do task is strictly the objective-aligned instruction and the formative chap for understanding. If a class period gets cut in half, these are the pieces you execute. Can shift items include independent practice or extension tasks. If Thursday's elaborate stage gets interrupted, you tag it as can shift and bump it to Friday morning without breaking the core learning arc. To execute this smoothly, pre-write A/B artifacts. Draft a full standard version of a lesson and a short compression version, what you will run if an assembly eats 15 minutes. The strict rule here is to protect the formative checkpoint at all costs. Trim the practice problems, cut the warm-up, but never sacrifice the exact moment you measure what students actually learned. By defining your triage categories today, a surprise midweek disruption only costs you a few minutes of rearranging, rather than derailing your entire instructional momentum. That is the complete 30-minute routine. You now have a fully resourced, collaboratively built, and flexible 5E Science Week ready to deploy. This protocol only holds up if you treat it as an immovable commitment. Guard that designated calendar block every single week. To move even faster, look at this digital planner interface. Tools like Planlark let you use AI to instantly draft baseline frames and generate those shortened A/B variations without starting from a blank page. Start a trial of the software, pick your 30-minute block for the upcoming week, and stick to the protocol. Define your goals, attach the materials, and mark your shiftable items. Adopting this batched, constrained system solves the mechanical problem of file organization. More importantly, it cuts daily decision fatigue, ensuring you can actually step away from the desk when the final bell rings.